Tamla, I didn't get a roll.
My apologies. I'll call the roll for you.
Thank you.
Linda Jemison,
Here.
Anthony.
Can you say it loud?
Okay, I'll make the motion. I make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented, please.
Can I get a second? I second. It's been moved and second that the minutes be approved from the last meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Good, the minutes have been approved. Now we shall have staff reports, the first being the executive office, Mr. Koontz. Bill
Madam
Koontz.
Chair, members, I'm Bill Koontz, your Executive Director. TDLR recently got very good news from the Comptroller. The legislature decided that they were going to transfer new programs to us. And in the transfer of those programs to us, the appropriations has to be transferred with them. They do that with what they call a rider to the appropriations process, or appropriations. The Comptroller has to certify the appropriations and that rider. And it took them quite a while to come to agreement with the Legislative Budget Board as to the wording of the rider and to finally do that certification. But within the last 2 weeks, we've gotten the certification for both of the bills that were transferring programs to us, so we can move forward with those consolidations. With that said, TDLR is growing significantly because the driver education program was transferred to us. It was in 2 different places before. It was at the TEA and the DPS. Now it's resident one stop in TDLR. We've already implemented that program, and we have online registration for the parent-taught program, which was a significant benefit to the people that wanted to sign up for that. Prior at the DPS, you had to do it manually. You could not do it online. They were saying it was going to come, it's going to come. Within 2 weeks of getting to TDLR, we had that up and running. So that was early in September. The thing that really was stalled was the major transfer of programs from the Department of State Health Services. There are 7 programs that are part of that bill, and we didn't finally get the go-ahead with the implementation, the consolidation, until that 2 weeks ago when we got that certification. Because of the computer requirements and the things that we have to do for contracting, we have to put that out for bid. There's a long lead time for us to get that computer set up and the finally consolidation of that. So the final part will be in October of next year, or this year, when we complete that consolidation. But we do have the go-ahead to start looking at filling the slots and bringing staff up to where they need to be, so that we will be able to be successful with those consolidations. With each of those programs, we had 8 new advisory boards that are coming to us. TAMLA was taking care of 24 advisory boards already. So with that volume of advisory boards coming to us, we reorganized the executive office. And we have Tamla and Delia here that are resident in this building to take care of advisory board support. As you can imagine, just scheduling the meetings, doing the minutes, the turnover that we have, it's a significant job, and they're going to be here right on site to give that white glove service that y'all have been experiencing up till now. Is going to continue as we go forward. So we've been able to structure so that we can continue to be successful. So we're very happy that we've got the go-ahead on all of the appropriations and have the money now to do the things that we want to do. Be glad to answer any questions that you have.
Any questions? Anybody?
Wonderful undertaking. I just think this is a very wonderful undertaking that TDL has taken on to do.
Okay, now, as we have this lull, I want to have Chairman Aris Mendez and Ms. Jemison and Ms. Savard go to the front of the podium. There we go. She was an example for students in showing dedication, and even when she was feeling ill, she was there and had a smile on her face all the time. She related very well to the elderly clients that came in. She was able to talk to them and really relate. That she was just an example of the profession of cosmetology. She was ill, and all during this illness, her goal was to finish her cosmetology education and become a licensed cosmetologist. Unfortunately, she succumbed to the illness before she was able to complete it. So we're here today to give an honorary cosmetology certificate to Jessica and to honor the dedication and the drive that she had that was an example to everybody.
I tell you that when you have someone that's committed to this industry, as I think that you're going to see here, it makes you realize exactly why you're in this, and allows you to be able to understand that she did it because of the fact that she loved people. She did it because of the fact that she was dedicated to this profession. She did it because of the fact that she wanted to be able to leave a legacy for her children, Jonathan and Timothy. I know that they're young, but this will live in their hearts and minds forever. And what she did, what she was committed to doing, and how she approached that goal and what she ended up doing for it. So I think it's something that we can all take to heart. I appreciate the individuals from the Cosmetology School being here. Thank you for committing yourself to being here also and recognizing what she did. Also, I want to thank the family. I know it's not an easy time, and I know that it's difficult, but I tell you what, she left something for you to be able to see. She left something for you to be able to keep a hold of, grasp, and we hope that maybe just this little piece of a plaque, a certificate, will be enough that you can hang it, that everywhere you go, that you'll always be able to see what she did and what she did for you.
We'd like to present this certificate to the family. Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, Honorary Operator License, Jessica Salvador. Student permit. The Texas Department of Licensing and Regulations recognizes Jessica Salvador and her dedication, perseverance, and tenacity as she pursued a cosmetology license and inspired the faculty and students of Vogue College of Cosmetology in San Antonio, Texas. Therefore, we concur an honorary operator's license on this day, February 8, 2016. Mr. Bill Kuntz and Mr. Brian Francis.
If we could have Sharice Alexander approach.
I'm going to say a few words first.
Please, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. As a school owner for over 40 years, we've had students to pass away. So we under
The wind beneath my wings. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything, everything I wished I could be. Oh, but I can fly higher than an eagle. 'Cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Oh, the wind beneath my wings. Oh, you are the wind beneath my wings. Fly, fly.
She was an inspiration.
Yes, yes. And so hopefully this honorary license will. Yes. Okay, let's take a quick break, about a 5-minute break. pushing it,
Okay, good.
because the agenda looks kind of weak.
It does look really weak, yeah.
So, you know, if they want to be educators, I always recommend. I've had a couple stylists go back to school. They want to go straight out of school into.
5 years. It wasn't. I was in elementary.
The next report is
Is he?
compliance.
BB.
Madam Chair, I'd like to see BB top that last report.
You'd like to see her do what?
I want to see her top that last report that Bill just did.
Oh, that's not the right, Brian.
And it's not going to happen. Good morning, Roger Board members, Madam
morning.
Chair. I'm Elizabeth Bettis, and I'll be giving the Compliance Division report. Marinella LaFleur, Dave Gonzalez, and myself will be participating in the next exam review, and that consists of the Education and Exam Division and volunteer subject matter experts, and we review and update exam content and at these sessions that are coordinated by our third-party exam provider, PSI. Since our last meeting, we've had two trade shows. It was the Image Expo, November 15th and 16th in Dallas, and we attended the TIVA Mid-Winter Conference last month, January 28th and 29th. And Marinella and I continue to assist field operations staff, customer service, and any other departments that need our assistance with questions, inspections, and address daily industry inquiries and emails. And then we continue to participate in our monthly bar cost task force meetings where we go over issues and try to all come to the same conclusion on those. That concludes my report. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions? Board? No? Thank you.
Thank you.
Education and Examination Division is,
Good morning, Madam Chair. Board members, my name is Rebecca Armas. I'm with TDLR's Education and Examination Division, and I'll be giving our report this morning. I would like to start by thanking Glenda for your service. We're going to miss you. I'm going to miss looking and smiling at you. But I wish you all the happiness, and I'll see you around.
thank you. Would y'all stop saying that?
And we are, as most of you are aware that have the .gov delivery service, we did make a call out for subject matter experts for the Cosmetology Exam Review Committee. We had over 100 applicants apply, and it was a very daunting task, and I would love to just publicly thank everyone for their interest, because it kind of just recertified the fact that you do care about your industry, and people feel very strongly about this. We had tons of qualified candidates, and it was very, very hard. We narrowed it down to 10, and we will be meeting in March to go over new items, and also discuss the possibility of referencing the exam to the 2016 My Lady textbook. So that'll be something that will be,
The 13th edition.
I believe so. Another thing I wanted to kind of just talk about was our inspection staff. We have education inspectors that have gone out, and we've gotten a lot of positive feedback from social media, folks saying, you know, that they appreciate the time that our inspectors are taking with each individual school. You know, they're going down through the report and explaining everything to them instead of an in and out process. You're actually getting more and more of a one-on-one feel from our inspection staff, as well as some of our E&E staff that also comes along and will discuss curriculum, any type of questions they have. And it kind of helps for an easier, you know, inspection next go around. So you have more of an idea of what to expect. It's not anything that you're caught by surprise. You know what's going on, and you have a better rapport with our group. They're also looking into making some changes to the whole inspection process so that it's not just specific to cosmetology or barbering schools. It is to everything, you know, driver education groups, and also to our DSHS programs that we'll be inheriting. It's a little easier, streamlined, so it's not just one way. It's just we'll be able to use it for everyone. Our Education Connection newsletter went out. It's our baby, and I would like to publicly thank Alice Bradford for her hard work on putting this newsletter together. It was really great. It's the 3rd edition. Went over to 570,000 subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber to our .gov delivery, get on it, because we will be publishing more editions. We'd like to also recognize CE providers, schools, for best practices. It's not just, you know, it's going to be something that's going to be informative for all industries. So everyone, we encourage everyone to go ahead and sign up for that. Going back to our inspections, I also did want to bring up that our lead inspector, Marco, is doing some CE inspections. He will be attending CE courses to make sure that they are following the curriculum that has been approved. So just if you see him, he's there to give you some feedback and make sure that the inspection process isn't any different. He's going to sit down, attend your class, and make sure that everything is up on the up and up as far as what we've approved for you. And let's see, what else do I have for you? One last thing that we as an education and examination staff would like to ask, that the schools please be mindful when entering your demographic information for your students in Shears. We average over 1,000 emails a month from Shears, and about, 200 to 300 are just in simple errors as far as names being reversed or a letter off. So if you guys could please be mindful when you enter them. I know it's a lot going on. You're trying to enter your students. You've got to, want to teach a class. Everything's going on at the same time. But that would help us as far as the bigger questions that you may have that pop in Shears. Some of the more daunting tasks of, any type of updates or corrections to time or, anything of that nature would be a lot easier for us to tend to than all of the name changes. So we just ask that you folks, everyone listening, everybody out there, just, take another little second. And that's about all I've got for you today.
Any questions?
I do. If you would like to have Marco come to your school, how does one do this?
If you would like Marco to come to your school, we do have an email address in the Education Connection. You can go ahead, and it is simply for data collection, but if you want to shoot us an email in there and just say, I'd like Marco to come visit my school. It is in the email connection. You can also use the email address provided on the TDLR website for the education team. Any one of those avenues. You can even email Shears. Just say attention Marco, and we'll work on getting him out there.
I have a question. You said that he would be attending continuing ed classes. How will he know when the class is going to be given?
Marco he may be just attending through hair shows, or, he could. Oh. Here comes Marco.
Hi, Marco.
Marco Rodriguez. The way I'm doing it right now, I'm collecting flyers from Armstrong and McCall, and I'm signed to SIPS Connects. Everybody talks about it, so I'm gathering that data, and I'm attending. I just pick a provider and just go and do my inspection. We created a checklist, and it's gonna be the same process everywhere.
So I'm not sure if this is on, will you look at online courses as well?
Possibly in the future, yes. We're working on that.
Anyone else? No? Thank y'all. Enforcement Division.
Good morning, board members. I'm Karen Cox. I'm the enforcement attorney giving the report today. Some significant cases that we've had since the last report. On November 5th, a default order was entered against Reginald Johnson, doing business as RJ's Hair Tech, assessing an administrative penalty of $5,000 for operating with an expired cosmetology and barbershop license. That would be the dual shop license. On November 10th, an agreed order was entered against 70 Fahrenheit Inc., DBA Tint School of Makeup and Cosmetology, assessing a penalty of $8,200 for failing to include the school's refund policy in its enrollment contract, failing to properly calculate a refund owed to a student, failing to properly account for hours, failing to acquire student permits for multiple students, and failing to display the permits, and failing to properly sanitize towels. On November 10th, the default order was entered against Wade Young, DBA Career Study, assessing a penalty of $4,200 for failing to issue a certificate of completion within 15 days of course completion, failing to submit to the Department a course completion report within 7 days of course completion, and failing to pay the department $5 fee for each licensee who completes a course for continuing education credit. That would be a case against a continuing education provider, as Marco discussed a few minutes ago.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I am Tanya Guthrow, the Director of Field Operations, and our report includes the top violations found this last quarter during cosmetology inspections. And you can see there's a number of different things here that are listed. A lot of them are administrative type violations and a few sanitation type violations, but these are available on the website, so any facility is able to look and see what kinds of violations we're finding, and hopefully help prevent receiving a violation during their inspection if they'd like to. We are continuing to work on an e-inspection option for the agency, and the biggest hurdle at this point seems to be making sure that we follow all the guidelines and properly enter into a contract for the services that'll help us move to an electronic inspection process. I'd like to welcome 4 new inspectors. We have got just through December, I believe. So, any questions?
Any questions?
Okay, no.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, it's speeding through. Thank you so much also for
you.
your service, ma'am. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you're welcome. Well, and the reason why we're able to move so quickly is because of the outstanding jobs that these individuals do. And so they point out everything to us. We don't even have questions. So that's pretty good. So don't think I'm flying this meeting by because it's my last one. Okay, the next one is licensing division.
Good morning, Chair Jemison and advisory board members. I'm Joyce Hennington with the licensing division. Everything's going pretty smoothly in license. I don't have a lot to report. I can't top Bill's report, but I'd like to give you the statistics for our military provisions. Okay. We've had 2 veteran applications and 27 spouse applicants. We had a total of 29 applications that have been presented to us. Out of the 29 apps, 27 apps are from the military spouses and 2 are from the veterans. The 28 licenses have been issued and 1 is still pending. 22 applications were for operators, 2 for manicurists, 4 for estheticians, and 1 for manicurist esthetician. The licensing methods, okay, 27 of them were substantially equivalent requirements, and 2 were examinations. We waived 27 initial application fees. We refunded $200 in initial application fees, and we rejected $750 in initial application fees. That concludes my report. Do you have any questions?
No?
Okay,
you, Joyce.
and I want to miss you, Glenda.
I will miss y'all too. But I'll be at the meetings,
Okay.
just sitting in the audience, holding up my flag when I see something going wrong. My husband won't let me do that. Okay, now we are ready for public comments.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Before we go to public comment, could we go back to the executive report?
Okay,
And we have a presentation that we want to do in that second executive report.
okay.
Put the mic up there.
Are we on this time? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Ms. Jamieson, if you don't mind, we'd like for you to come up. She didn't know any of this was going on. It helps when you're not in Austin that we can keep these things secret. Not that the government keeps anything secret. I just want you to, that's not what I'm insinuating at all, okay? We have a kind of a resolution that we'd like to give you also for the years of dedication of service that you gave. My understanding, it's been about, is it 17 years, 14 years that you've been on the advisory? 16?
Who said 16? I think it's 7 or 8 years, huh?
Well, yeah, it's from 2005 to 2016. So let me tell you that we know that I've been on the commission since 2005. So you probably came on right after I did. And one of the things that I know is that this is a great organization. This is a great agency, but it's individuals like you that make it a great agency. And the work that you've given to us, the work that you've committed to doing. You know, John Maxwell says that people buy into the leader before they buy into their vision. And you have been a leader in this industry. You've been a leader for this state agency, and I want to personally thank you, because it's easy for individuals like me simply come in and say, here you go, take over and do it. But it's a totally different story when you actually come in and take over and do it. And so I want to thank you, because we know that through the appointment of previous Chair Frank and then now myself, we know that you have committed yourself to this industry, to cosmetology in the state of Texas, but also to this advisory board. And you'll be sorely missed, and we want to thank you for their service. I want to read something to you. This is actually a resolution on the retirement of Glenda Jamison, presiding officer of the Texas Advisory Board on Cosmetology. Whereas Ms. Jamison completed 11 years of exemplary service on behalf of the state of Texas by serving on the Advisory Board on Cosmetology from October 31, 2005 until February 8, 2016. And whereas Ms. Jamison served as presiding officer of the Texas Advisory Board on Cosmetology from October 19, 2013 to February 8, 2016. And whereas Ms. Jamison earned her cosmetology operator's license in 1971 from the Texas Cosmetology Commission. They should leave these dates.
It was a tough move having the Cosmetology Commission come over to TDLR, and not everyone embraced it. Change is difficult. There's no question about that. Your openness and your willingness to give us a chance, to listen, to understand that we didn't run over there and snatch the rug from underneath you, but we did have some ideas of things that we could do to make the industry stronger, to serve them at a professional level. And you listened, and you participated. You sat in the work group meetings. You came up here on your own dime. A lot of people don't realize that. They think that they're paid a lot of money. They're not paid 1 cent. It's just their dedication, their commitment to an industry that is strong, it's important, it's valuable, and it's professional. And you're a major part of that. You changed our hearts. You let us see the good that's out there, because not everyone was saying good things about TDLR. It was the new 4-letter word out there, and you changed it to the old 4-letter word of love, and you showed us a lot of respect. And it was great working with you and your family. I would go up to Houston and do combative sports events, and I would find a way over to your school just to sit and listen and watch and learn. You were very, very, very patient with me. Now, what's that again? Baby, that's a curling iron. Okay, curling iron. Curling iron. Okay. Now, what are they curling with that? Hair. Okay, hair. Curling hair. Curling hair. I mean, because when you don't have hair, you don't really get into a lot of that stuff. But your family opened up their hearts to me. They opened up to TDLR. I remember when we talked about having you as the chair. Oh, man. You're like, no. I don't want to do that. And I didn't blame you. But you did a great job. I mean, you put up with Ron. You did a fantastic job. You did a great job. The industry will never know the hard work and the boulder carrying that you did for them to make sure that those things that they love and cherish so much were preserved. When you just gave us a little bit of enlightenment and told us how things really work or how something's going to impact them, they'll never, ever know. They just see you up there gaveling away. But they didn't realize the thousands of conversations that you've had with us behind the scenes to make sure we didn't drop the ball on those important things. So it's been an honor, an absolute honor to work with you. I'm going to read a letter that came from Representative Sinfronia Thompson. Stated February 5th, Dear Ms. Jemison, as a former cosmetologist, I am proud to recognize you in your many years of service to the state of Texas as a member of the Advisory Board of Cosmetology since October 31st, 2005. Together, you and your husband, Ronald Jemison, have built a strong history of training highly qualified practitioners of cosmetology and the beauty culture arts in Houston. Your guidance, talent, and leadership have greatly impacted the cosmetology industry here in Texas. I want to take this moment to thank you for your many years of service and all that you have done to make cosmetology industry in Texas better. Sincerely, Sinfronia Thompson. Thank you. But wait, there's more.
Ms. Jemison, thank you so much for your service in the Cosmetology Commission. Thank you so much for your service on this board. But I want to thank you personally for being my friend. When I was asked when they were considering a new chair for this board, who I would pick, and your name was the first one off my tongue. I'm so glad that you accepted that call to leadership. It shows the leadership that you've already exemplified in your industry. We appreciate you. The flowers are a small token from Delia and myself for the beauty that you've given to this industry, to your family, to the citizens of Texas. We thank you for that service. We're going to miss you on this board, but we know that we're going to see you around. Personally, I know I'm going to talk to you because I have your personal cell phone number and you have mine. So we will be in touch for sure. We thank you so much for your service.
This will wrap it up. That we wanted to recognize the service that you gave to us and give you a token of our appreciation that you can wear and remember us always. So if you would.
I'm shaking, y'all.
We might have to do this like the Marine and have the pinning ceremony.
Oh, my God. I want them to see it.
Yeah. It's the seal of Texas, a pin. Can I pin this on you? Right-handed. There we go. I didn't have my close glasses. Glenda, thank you.
Thank y'all so much. Wow. I really, we just celebrated 100 years. And so many organizations celebrated our school for 100 years. Same family. And now this. I am so overwhelmed. I certainly appreciate it. I've enjoyed my time on the board working with all of you, especially the staff. It was so good to see Don back. Don, did you come back for me? I just, and being the chairman, I like that too. And I thank y'all once again for my appointment to the board and my appointment to serve as chairman. Thank y'all so much. I will be here, so don't say you're going to miss me, because I will be in the meetings, okay, sometimes. Thank y'all so much once again.
All right, Mike, leader, you're in control. This would be.
He said he never saw me speechless. Have you ever seen him speechless? Oh, I gotta hold it.
Wait a
Why is he pointing at her wrong?
Thank y'all once again. Isn't that awesome?
Beautiful.
Oh, it's so And trust me, y'all, I did not expect any of this at all. I am so honored. Thanks to all of y'all. Ron said he couldn't believe he kept his mouth shut.
No, actually, they didn't tell me.
He would have told us. They know. Tell us.
I'm kind of a kiss down.
certainly don't want to lose it. No. Okay, I guess we can move on. Yes, what a meeting. Y'all sending me out in a good manner.
Superstar style.
That's what you said. Okay, I guess we're ready for public comments.
Yes.
The first one I have is Susie Mitchell.
Oh, Susie Mitchell. With Lobo looks.
And I'm nervous and shaking too.
You nervously? It's okay.
Thank
We
you.
love you.
Dear members of the board, thank you for allowing me to speak today. I am the Career and Technical Education Director for Hayes CISD. Katarina Perez, the instructor from Lehman High School, is here with me. We began our cosmetology program last year in order to give our students an opportunity to earn a license and have a skill in order to go to work after high school. This year was our second year offering the cosmetology program. On September 9th, 2015, we had an inspector come by Lehman High School in order to inspect our salon.
Madam Chair, if we could just pause for 1 second.
Oh.
They both have to leave because they may actually have to hear the case, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, you're fine. Well, I like kicking my boss out of meetings. It's such a rare opportunity.
I'm very
Bill, get out of this
sorry.
meeting. And you too, Mr. Chairman.
Like I said, I'm new to this, sorry. I didn't
No,
know.
you're fine.
On September 9, 2015, we had an inspector come by Lehman High School in order to inspect our salon. We did have a couple of violations, and I have provided you with a copy of that proof of inspection. As you can see, we were cited for our permits not being in alphabetical order, failure to have pictures with all of our permits, and not dropping the students who graduated last year. We did offer the program to seniors our first year. They could not receive enough hours to get their license, but we made arrangements with local beauty schools so they could transfer their hours and get a head start on their license after high school. I'm not going to make excuses for those violations. It is very important to me and Ms. Perez that we do everything in our power to make sure that our salon is run the right way. If any of you have worked in a public school, you know the first couple of weeks are very hectic and counselors are still changing schedules daily. In order to be sure that all of our students have pictures with their permits in the future, we have purchased a Polaroid camera. We are also now aware that we need to drop our seniors as soon as they graduate, and our permits are now in alphabetical order. The reason I am here is in reference to the letter that our school district received January 5th, 2016. The letter went to my superintendent, and his secretary called me right away and was actually wondering if the letter was a scam due to the number of mistakes in the letter. On page 2, you will notice that our superintendent was referred to as the superintendent of Houston ISD. You will also notice that there are 2 number 4s on this page. The reason I am here today is in reference to the first number 4. That number 4 references a wax pot that was observed with debris inside of it. If you will go back to our inspection report on September 9th, you will notice that this was not listed in the report. Due to these errors, I was wondering if the letter was copied and pasted from a previous letter to Houston ISD and the number 4 referencing the wax pots was mistakenly left in the letter. I emailed Ms. Chu, our inspector, that day, and she replied that it could be a previous violation. We were inspected twice last year, and both inspections resulted in no corrections needed. After receiving the letter, I realized that the TDLR board was meeting the next day on January 6, 2016. I decided to come up that day and try to talk to someone about the letter we had just received in the mail. I was able to speak to Miss Debbie Hawkins that day and provided her with a copy of our proof of inspection that did not list the wax pot, and I also brought her pictures of our wax pots still in their boxes. And I provided you those pictures. And we even brought one with us still in the box. We are only a second-year program, and our students had not even gotten to that part of the curriculum, and our wax pots had never been used. She said there must have been a mistake, and she would take the documentation back to the lawyer. We have brought one of those wax pots with us today. Following that meeting, we did receive a warning letter instead of the original fine, but if you'll notice in the warning letter, in the first paragraph, it still references that we had wax pots that were not clean in our salon. I am very happy that our fine was reduced to a warning letter, but it is also my wish to make sure that we run a clean program and would prefer not to have a reference of a dirty wax pot in our files for future documentation. I would like to ask the board reviews the documentation that I have provided, and thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more public comments? Tamla, any more public comments? No?
Madam Chair, I think this would be an opportunity if any of the advisory board members, we did not give them an opportunity to speak when we were recognizing you. So if any of the members would like to say anything to Ms. Jemison that could be on the record, Mr. Ron, this would be a great time to do that.
Do what? I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. I know you can only do one thing a year. He's still not listening to me. I love him so much.
Oh, about Glenda?
Yes.
Well, first of all, I mean, it goes without saying. I give her a hard time, but I'm very, 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 very fond of Glenda. And I can assure you that it was a first for me today to see her speechless. I will say that.
Yes.
But on the other hand, I know you'll take that with the good spirit that you normally do from the rhetoric that I give you. But anyway, I'm not going to miss you because I'm going to still be bugging you. I mean, I'm sorry, but some things you just don't quit. Like, in my case, candy. Okay, but anyway, I appreciate everything you have done, really.
Thank you.
And I just love having you as my friend.
Thank
most
you.
of all.
Thank you, Ron.
But
You notice he sits next to me every meeting. But I love it.
Well, we're like, what is it they say, Sears and Roebuck? So whatever the saying is, I don't know.
Thank you.
But anyway, I just can't, this isn't the last you've seen of me. I told that to Brian Francis once too, didn't I?
The program had not even come to TDLR.
Huh?
We were doing our external focus
You were
groups.
doing your barnstorming.
And we went around to 14 cities, and Ron came, and he said, at the end I said, thank you guys for coming out. And he pulled me to the side and he says, don't you worry. You're going to see me. I'm going to haunt you for the rest of your life. That's what he told me.
Have I done this?
I am sufficiently frightened. He said, I'm going to haunt you for the rest of your life.
Oh, my God.
So, and that's not over either.
That's so awesome.
I guess I'd like to say, Ms. Jamison, that I've enjoyed working with you, and obviously you're very much loved by everyone, and you will be missed. You've always been so kind to me, always have a smile, and always been so gracious, and so I'm going to miss that. But it's good to know that you're going to be in the audience and that we'll still see you.
Thank you.
I'm next. I just wanted to say thank you so much because I'm still a newbie, and you welcomed me so much with loving arms, and you took me under your wing, and I feel like I have learned from you as a professional. You've guided and molded me, I feel like, and I just want to tell you how much I appreciate that and that I love you. And I'm not going to miss you because I'm going to see you. So, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would like to say, as the newest newbie, that it's an honor to serve on this board, and it has been an honor to have my name aside yours. You have just been an inspiration just today. I've realized I have much work to do. And I just want to say thank you for being gracious.
Thank you so much.
I will piggyback onto that because I am a new member, but I do feel like you make an impact with everyone around, and you encourage everyone. And as a cosmetologist, you are what we want to be. So we're proud to be right next to you.
Thank you.
You set standard high.
I think I might be last, but I'm not a cosmetologist. But it's such an honor to be on this advisory board, to get to learn about the industry as much as I can, and to recognize that when somebody like Glenda, something I've learned in leadership is that when you lead from love, people have your back, and you've modeled that. I can tell from the way people respond, and I look forward to seeing you in the audience and drawing from your wealth of experience.
Thank y'all so much. Thanks to everybody. Whew. My son just walked in, and I'm glad because he just saw his mom. Speechless, huh?
So,
Anything else, Brian?
Madam Chair, I think you get to do that last thing.
What we gonna do after this?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We're not done with the meeting, Tamla said.
No, we're not.
Well, Tam's in charge.
We don't have any more public comments, so we'll go to F, which is,
public comment.
we do have another one?
We have in the audience.
Oh.
Go ahead, no, go ahead and take the mic.
Sorry for this getting late. Good morning, Ron Jemison Jr., Franklin Institute. I just wanted to say congratulations for this awesome term that you have served, and been such a role model to us and to the family. And I want to thank you. That's all I have to say today.
Thank you. Oh, boy. I didn't know it was coming. Ready? Recommendations for agenda items for the next board meeting. Anyone?
well, I was looking through
yeah.
this documentation, and I can honestly say that I can't read some of it because of the copy, but I think that maybe we need to probably, do we need to put this on? We don't, it's, okay. So what,
We are already
What
addressing.
we know about, I do have a question, Mr. Francis.
Yes, sir.
I believe, did I not hear from you, Tamla, that next meeting we will know who will be on which work groups?
We'll discuss work group assignments at the next meeting.
At the next meeting? Okay, would that be an agenda item, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Anything else?
Madam Chair, I have an item that I'd like to recommend to the Education Committee when it convenes. At the secondary level, we have a district that wants to implement a practicum in cosmetology course. And the intent for this course is that that students that are receiving their license in 11th grade get into a practicum in 12th grade, and while they're enrolled in the instructor license, that they also go out and do unpaid or paid work in a salon. And so they've asked for our agency to approve such a course, and but I would like for the Education Committee to first take a look at it before we do any kind of approval on that.
So that will be put with the education work group. Okay? Anything else? No?
I have a question.
I do too. Go ahead.
Diane, Ms. Salazar, is that a statewide need, or is that a school that wants to be a pilot school?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
because this is actually under an agenda item for the next meeting, we really can't go
Okay.
into discussion at this point, but we will have it
I'll
fully
reserve my
agendas so that we can have the
Okay,
discussion
'cause
at the
I have
next meeting.
questions.
And I'll
Thank you so
reserve
much.
my
I appreciate you.
Good, good. The next item is discussion of date, time, and location of the next board meeting.
So this is February, right? So, did we have our previous meeting in November?
Yes.
Okay, so that was how many months?
3.
Okay, so 3 months from?
April.
Or
April.
May.
Fine.
Or May.
May would be very nice.
April or May?
We'll have Tamela poll the members to see which date works best. Latter part of April, early part of May, we'll kind of do that time period.
Okay, all right. Before I join the meeting, I'd just like, once again, to take this opportunity to thank the staff of TDLR and everybody in this room today for all of the fabulous comments I got and the gifts I got, and I never ever expected none of this. This is all a surprise to me, and what a way to go out of office. That's what I have to say. Yeah, I'm gonna miss you too.
Talking to Ray.
Talking to Ray. He's standing back there. So
We don't talk to Ray.
thanks to the board for being so cooperative and coming to the meetings, because I know once upon a time we didn't have a quorum, but the board, you know, when you join the board, you have to give it your all, and you have to come to the meetings. If you can't come to the meetings, don't accept the appointment, okay? So, thank y'all so much. What a wonderful way to go out of office. And the meeting is now adjourned.
And Madam,
Last click.